WMSE's Local Live is supported by Club Garibaldi. Located at 2501 South Superior Street in Bayview. Open 7 days a week, Club Garibaldi serves burgers, hot wings, and more, and features live music weekly. For more information and Club Garibaldi's live music events, visit clubgaribaldi.com.
All right. Thanks to Club Garibaldi's, as always, for supporting WMSE's Local Live. Now we're going to throw it back out to the Bob and Genie Friedman Live Performance Studios. We bring you the stylings of Red Lodge.
Shut up! okay now. How does it feel to be held down? My, what a pretty mouth. Do you like it? You better like it now.
That's right, and we're here in part tonight with Red Lodge to talk a little bit about Ladies Rock. But first, let's introduce the ladies themselves. Do you want to tell everyone in Listenerland what you play and what your name is?
I'm Amy, and I play bass.
I'm Addie, and I play guitar.
And I'm Laura, and I play drums.
Okay, get nice and close to the mics. Real good. Okay, so I want to know about the mysterious name. I think I have an inkling what it means, where it comes from, but I'm not sure.
Oh.
Yeah, why don't you take that?
Well, if you can't tell us if it's not appropriate on the air, we can bypass that.
Oh, no,
too.
it's fine.
Okay.
Or, I mean, I suggested the name Edgelord, and because I thought it would be funny, 3 women in a...
Do you want to explain what edgelord means, just in case?
Yeah, I guess it's a person on the internet that says quote unquote offensive things to be funny or for shock value. And so I just thought that would be funny to call us that. But
I didn't like the name.
and then it sounds sort of metal, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Laura's brother, I ran into him and we were talking about the band. And he's like, "What's your name?" And I explained what I just said. And he was like, "Well, I just anagram all my band names." And he had like an app on his phone to anagram Edgelord. And then Red Lodge was one of the things that came up. And I thought that sounded cool. And then I brought it to them and they thought it sounded cool. And that's the story.
I'm curious what you thought it meant.
Oh, no. No,
you think it was a Twin Peaks thing?
That's what I was hoping. That's what I was going to say.
Well,
but,
that was my first thing, and I'm like, well, probably not.
Or a time of the month thing.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Either one.
Oh, yeah.
Based on your logo, maybe, or something?
Yeah. Olivia from Gas Station Sushi drew that.
Oh, really?
Cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's an amazing artist.
So you guys played FemFest this past weekend, kind of a last-minute addition, right?
Yep.
So how did that go?
It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so fun. I wasn't sure what to expect with it being such a last minute thing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that late at night, but it was really fun.
Yeah.
You guys have any other favorite moments from the festival besides just playing that you can share?
Addie got a sweet tattoo.
Oh, yeah. I got a tattoo. Yeah.
Nice. What did you? Can you?
It's a
tell us?
rose.
Okay. I know that at FemFest they had some tattoos.
I'm showing it.
That were part of the festival. That's cool.
It's a rose.
This is why we have cameras.
Yeah.
You can describe it in detail, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really enjoyed seeing Winter Bear was one of my favorites the next day on Sunday.
Yeah,
That
they
was
don't play very often.
Right. So that was a treat.
Cool. Yeah,
So-
seemed like there was a good overall feeling to the festival when I was there.
Yeah. it's kind of overwhelming. Sometimes I like freak out when I see things like that happening. I'm like, I can't even handle this because there's too many things and I don't know what to do. But yeah, the shows Friday night were good too. I was at Public House for most of it, and then High Dive, and yeah, no, it was good. All the organizers I met were really nice too. I didn't really know who most of them were, other than Olivia, so it was nice to meet them. Thank you, FemFest.
Yes, thank you. That was awesome.
It was a lot to take in over
Yeah.
8 days of festival. So tell people a little bit about your history with the local scene, like other bands you've been in and whatnot.
Should I go first?
I should not go first.
Okay. Well, my first band in Milwaukee, I guess, was Lefty Lucy, and we played this a long time ago. I don't remember too much of it. I was in a pop punk band called Lefty Lucy. Ben Woyak from Sinbad was in it, so I guess that's a thing. And then I was in a couple power pop bands, Board Games and Mercy Brown, with Jeff Van Driel and Logan. Hi, Jeff. I think you're listening. He's in Tiger Night and the Bang Bang and Beach Patrol and Tim Schweiger and the Middlemen. And then Mercy Brown was just kind of like, I don't know, it was hard to get together, and I decided I want to play music with women. So I asked and I received.
And here we are.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty new to Milwaukee. This is only my second year living here, so I haven't really, other than I was in a band called Octopus, but that was out of Whitewater, and now I play in Red Lodge and a band called Beach Static.
And I lived in Milwaukee long ago, and then I moved to Oakland, California for about 8 years. And I played in a bunch of bands in Oakland with some really excellent musicians. It was a really awesome 8 years. And then I came back in 2016, and now I play in Red Lodge and also a conceptual band with my brother about the mall, and we're called The Mall. So check us out.
The mall is awesome.
You can get your ear pierced.
Yeah, you can get your ear pierced
During
at our
the
shows,
mall.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm already very intrigued.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. I might come see you, but I don't think I'll get my ear pierced.
That's okay. It's not mandatory.
Okay. Phew. Okay. Cool. So I want to know, what was the earliest age you all picked up instruments at, and what did you play? Because you're all, involved with Girls Rock Milwaukee and Ladies Rock Milwaukee. So where did all of this begin in your lives?
I was 14 and I heard the Super Drag song Sucked Out, and I decided I could do better than that. And I got a harmony guitar from the Fingerhut catalog, or my mom got it because I yelled at her. And I've been playing guitar since then. Yeah.
Cool. So can you play that song?
No. I've never actually tried.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess I knew that I wanted to play music. My story is a lot less cool than Eddie's. But when I was in 4th grade, my mom took me to see my favorite person in the world for my first concert, who was Hillary Duff, aka Lizzie McGuire. And it was like the coolest show ever. And she opened with a song called Girl Can Rock. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I will someday.
That's so sweet.
And lo and behold.
Hi, Mom.
And I was actually a lot older when I started playing drums. I was like 20, and it was only because my brother grew up playing drums. My brother has come up like 3 times already in this interview.
Yeah.
But one day he was like, hey, come downstairs and play the drums. And I was like, I can't do that. And then he was like, no, you can. Just sit down. He's like, I always think of it. He says, if you can count to 2, you can play the drums. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. So I kind of, I always tell that story when I volunteer at Girls Rock Camp as well, because a lot of times the girls are like, I can't do this. It just seems like too much. But I would say, if you can count to 2, you can play the drums. And so, yeah,
Cool.
I wish someone had told me that when I was a kid. I would have taken it up.
Yeah.
Addie, what did you want to be different about this project than like your other bands, besides just having women involved?
I was getting tired of playing poppy music. I was really getting tired of my own songs. Because I can searching for a word here that I can come up with a poppy song really fast and a lot of them quickly, but like I don't know, it kind of stopped being fun and it kind of just felt like, so I wanted to write different music that didn't come naturally to me.
Okay. A little more aggressive or raucous.
Yeah,
type of
I've been
thing.
wanting to do something, or I don't know, like a really long time ago, I kind of wanted to be in like a stoner band, like Annihilation Time. I used to be super into them. I guess I still am. But like, I don't know, incorporate elements of that and also like, I don't know, I guess I didn't really hear too many bands that sounded like what I wanted to sound like until I heard Slut Ever. And then that was after we had started. And I was like, I've been waiting for like, where is this? Where has this been? But yeah, it was kind of hard to put into words. I guess like, I didn't like L7 when I was younger, but now I'm getting more into them. So like, that's kind of a thing.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the girls rock, ladies rock stuff. Like, what have you got, your involvement in it, and whatever you'd like to say about it, I guess.
Yeah, I am one of the camp coordinators of Girls Rock. I'm the band coach coordinator, and I guess I've sort of branched out into like instrument instructors and training volunteers. I've been with them since they founded in our first camp in 2013, and I've always been a band coach until this year when I'm going to try to be more like behind the scenes operational stuff because we actually have a lot of volunteers, which is nice. Yeah, I went to the meeting, the very first meeting. I was on 12-12-12 and somebody mentioned that at the last board meeting and I was like, oh wow, I didn't remember that. But I've been just meeting with them and doing that. And I thought it sounded cool because I'm not going to have kids and, I didn't know what my role would be exactly. And I didn't know if I'd like it, but something just drew me to it. And I guess, like a lot of people, I'm like, I wish this existed when I was a kid because I had to just figure out how to like lie to my parents about what I was doing with musical instruments and like sneaking out and and now we have like so many kids like Gas Station Sushi and Negative Positive where their parents are like actually supportive of what they're doing and not like, why are you doing this? Why don't you be normal and go to med school or something? So yeah, that I just thought it was awesome. And then the people are awesome. I've made so many awesome friends, like Amy I met through Girls Rock. And with Ladies Rock, I wasn't involved the first session, but I just started volunteering and I'm kind of a lot like less involved. I just kind of like, I'm a band coach and I just sort of try to help plan stuff when I can. They meet a lot during the school year and I am in school and that's hard, but yeah.
Busy.
Yeah.
I've got a question for Amy regarding the Girls Rock Milwaukee band Gas Station Sushi.
Yeah.
Because you recorded their first EP. How did that come about where you recorded them?
I did. It was awesome. So it actually started with FemFest because I'm an audio engineer and I was asked if I could donate studio time as like a silent raffle prize for FemFest last year. And I said yes, because that's what a great idea. And they are the band that got that. So then we started recording late last spring through the summer, and it was an awesome time. They're so talented and fun and cool. And their songs are so clever. But yeah, recording with them was a really good time.
So what was it like working with them, in camp versus being an engineer and working with them as like a band and an engineer?
Yeah, well, so in camp, they work, since they're kind of on the older side, they're kind of like at least in the last couple of years, the girls in those bands have been kind of leaders among the campers.
Ambassadors.
And ambassadors. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. So they took on roles that I wasn't as involved in, I guess, with the camp. But then in the studio, my favorite thing about working with them is how on one side they are super professional about their music. They have their like parts down better than any band I've ever recorded. And I told them that like, wow, you know what you're playing in here, and you're not like trying to write your songs right now. This is awesome. And then on the other hand, they're like the funniest, weirdest like goofballs that you'll ever talk to. And it was cool to get to see that side of them, because I hadn't really seen that side of them in the camp, or just like seeing them play and whatnot. So, yeah.
That's cool. It's like seeing different sides of musicians, and they also see a different side of you, working with you in different regards. Must have been fun.
It was fun. It was very fun.
I think we kind of saw both aspects when we had them in here, too, a couple weeks ago. The serious and the goofy.
Yeah, they're very mature for their age, but yeah, definitely still like to goof around.
Mm-hmm. And then, Laura, how did you become involved with the Girls Rock stuff?
Well, I volunteered with Girls Rock back when I was in Oakland. I was a camp counselor for Girls Rock Oakland. And then when I moved back here, I obviously was friends with Addie. So last summer I was able to volunteer sometime last summer when I was back from Oakland.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is something that kind of we touched on last week when we had Schleberry in, and then we didn't get to really have time to expand on it. So I just wanted to ask you, on the topic of feminism, and she was talking about how it's kind of like almost frowned upon in maybe like the rap scene or something. Like people think, oh, it's man-hating or whatever. And I was just going to ask you what you thought, like, just what do you think it means to be a feminist? Anybody can answer.
Well, that's a good question. I mean, for me personally, I just think of it as everyone is equal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that men are better than women are better than men, or more talented in any way. Everyone's, ostensibly equal. That's how I see it. And Addie might have more to add.
That was a deep breath right there.
Carefully choosing my words. I sing about misogyny a lot in my lyrics, and I think it's so amusing to see like white dudes thrashing around when I'm like screaming about misogyny, and I enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot. I don't know if they know what I'm saying. Sometimes I wonder. But yeah.
That says a lot right there.
Yeah.
Amy, how about you?
Yeah, well, I would agree with Laura that my personal definition is that feminism is the journey to get to equality. I mean, the end goal is for everybody to be able to live and have the same opportunities and outlets as everyone else, without like an imbalance of power. So as long as that's not there, we need things like feminism to get us there.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay.
Hopefully Shlee heard that.
Yeah. Real quick, just because we haven't really talked a ton about your actual music, I know you have a new single out, or new song. You don't have like a ton of things out. Are there any plans to do a full length anytime soon?
Yeah, we just recorded 8 songs in Whitewater with an engineer named Kyle Thoreau, and we're planning on releasing that in August 15th-ish. We'll get back to you on the actual date.
August.
But yeah, sometime in August, and the songs are pretty much ready to go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to hearing those.
Thank you.
And then for folks who are interested in knowing more about Girls Rock Milwaukee, or actually Ladies Rock Milwaukee, especially because I think the sign up is still going on for this year's camp.
Yeah.
Where can they go to check out info on that?
I search Facebook for Ladies Rock MKE. I think the website for Ladies Rock is still attached, like a branch to the Girls Rock page. So it might be girlsrockmke.org/Ladies Rock MKE. I think I heard Tracy saying it in that promo.
Okay.
But if you Google Girls Rock Milwaukee or Ladies Rock Milwaukee, it will come up, I promise, because I do it all the time to tell other people.
I'll just have to play the spot again. And the camp is in July, so those who are listening, who are interested, you can register. Yeah. Cool.
Join the band.
Yeah. Well, why don't we get you out there? You have 3 songs for us, and one of them is a cover. Which I'm excited to hear. So, Red Lodge, we're going to send you back out to the studio, and we'll be right back with more music from Red Lodge in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, we're the...
I've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I've got a red pair of high heels on. Project your insecurity. Get in my face and harass me. Oh no, don't try. Get up, get up, get up.
feeling inside.
All right, we are back. This is WMSE's Local Live. We're here with Red Lodge, who just finished their second set. And it's time for This Is Your Song, where the band talks about their influences and songs they like. This band is a band I feel like I've heard of before. And thanks for reminding me that they exist. Addie in band. Who did you pick?
Slut Ever.
Okay. And this comes off a record that came out.
I love that name.
Yeah, it's a great name.
And the record came out about 3 years ago, called Almost Famous. What is it about this record you like the most?
It just sounds like what I want to sound like.
Yeah,
I want to get a chorus pedal and a flange pedal really bad because of this. Yeah, like I think I mentioned before, like when I heard this, I heard it on Spotify. Like I let Spotify play while I'm working in the lab, and like when the album stops, it just starts playing related algorithm chosen blah blah blah, and like some of it's terrible, and then I heard this and I was like, oh my god. And then it was also on a playlist that Taco Cat put on Spotify that is also really good. I think it's like called Girls Rock or something if you go to Taco Cat's Spotify page. It's a great, really great playlist. But yeah, I heard it and I was like, this is what I want to sound like. And then I found out they broke up like over a year ago. And I was like, great.
No, you
I
can't
didn't even know
play
who this
with
band
them.
was when they were active.
But now you can sound like them and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, right?
Sorry, did you want to say
No,
that?
I was just gonna say that I just love the way that they use like the really like kind of sludgy guitar tones, and like their voices sound so cool.
Yeah. And I didn't know they didn't have a bass player until I started Googling.
Oh.
I assumed that it didn't sound like the sound didn't sound thin to me. Like you might argue that some rock bands without a bass player would sound thin or something, but like no, they're amazing, and I love that they both like do vocals. Even the drummer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it just drums and guitar?
Yeah, it's a two-piece drums and guitar, and I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, I liked what I heard, and I want everyone else to hear it. So, should we play a song?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to play a song by Slut Ever. This is called Smother from Almost Famous, picked by Red Lodge here on WMSE and Local Live. This is your song.
Those are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody.
And we want to thank everybody out there in Radio Land for tuning in to tonight's edition of Local Live on WMSE. Local Live is a production of WMSE Radio, recorded and broadcast live from the Bob and Genie Friedman Live Performance Studio on the downtown campus of the Milwaukee School of Engineering. Local Live is produced by Erin and myself and engineered by Billy Cicerelli. Video by Moleskin Productions. Hospitality for Local Live artists provided by Cedar Teeth Pizza, who can be found online at cedarteeth.com. Anodyne Coffee, who can be found online at anodynecoffee.com, and by Sprecher Brewing Company. More information at spreckerbrewery.com. For upcoming guests and archives of past local live performances, visit WMSE.org. And tune in again next Tuesday at 6 p.m. for another edition of Local Live. We've got Paper Holland. Hope you'll tune in. That's going to do it for us. We'll see you next week. Stay tuned for Midnight Radio.